think he preserved his voice in a really good way. Hey everyone, 大家好，我叫谢克德，你们的 CVT 声乐老师。So today we're gonna have another reaction video for you where I'm going to analyze the singers that you love to listen to using CVT terms. We're gonna listen to Lin志炫. This is his performance from 2013. In that episode he got the first place with the song I Surrender by Celine Dion. So let's see how much he changed throughout all these years. Let's hear it. Oh, 12 years. It's been 12 years since 2013. Jesus. Let's hear it.
我曾爱过，也失去过，尝过爱的甜与涩。
Okay.
摆脱命运的捉弄，我知道我要什么。
So far it sounds quite similar to how I remember him, at least from this season. Maybe a bit lighter, a bit less dark and room in his voice. I think now he has more of that. Let's hear a bit more. It's cool to hear this song. Sounds good. That's vibrato also. Maybe somewhere in the middle between hammer vibrato, the more sheep machine gun vibe, and the laryngeal vibrato that is more like that has more variation in pitch in it. Ooh, that was nice. I would say, from this at least, it sounds to me more like reduced neutral, so not with a lot of power to it, but still with this restrained character. So not this curbing sound that we heard quite a lot from him in this season. Also a bit lighter, still a bit lighter to me, but it sounds good. That was a bit more metallic. Now I would say a bit more overdrivey, but still restrained. So like a restrained overdrive, right? Shouty, big, but at the same time having a bit of this tilt on it. I think it's quite similar to how he is today. I think it didn't change much so far, let's say. It reminds me more of the performances that he did in the end of the season, where it was a bit more ballad vibe. And then he went more for this kind of sounds with his voice. We also heard a lot of rattle from this guy, so I wonder if we're gonna hear that again. Let's hear some more! Right now. I think when you hear this word specifically, you can hear the difference that when we heard him now on the 2025 season, he didn't go this light, I think, even once. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't hear him doing that. At least not that I remember. That actually we hear a bit more of that right now. And maybe a bit more twanked, a bit lighter sound. Yeah. But that wonder why this was very successful and his performances nowadays didn't get so high in the ranks. I really wonder why, because I think it's super similar. I think it didn't change much from back then. I think he preserved his voice in a really good way. So if those were the sounds he was going for even back then, he just practiced probably a lot on preserving them and keeping them healthy and stable. It sounds to me pretty much the same, to be honest. Which is good. Maybe he's a bit more dramatic nowadays with his face. In fact, now when you see him in performances, it has a bit more acting in his singing, if you know what I'm saying. In here, it looks to me like everything is a bit too calculated. Like, you know, like he's in a singing session. And less of a performance and, you know, giving it all. Yeah. Wow. Great. Oh! Really high overdrive sound. Maybe not all the overdrive, maybe a bit mixed with something else. But still, for overdrive, when we know the pitch limit for that big shouty sound is C5, that's quite powerful. That's quite impressive to hold it like that in a live performance. Really cool. How high is that? Yeah, it's B flat 4, so quite close to the limit. Really cool. And in the note with the bit of distortion on it. Sounds cool. Okay, and then we rattle. So, of course, his characteristic rattle that we hear a lot also today. I didn't hear him doing this distortion stuff that he did over there when he finishes the word with distortion nowadays. But this rattle, he definitely knows how to do it right if he can do it for so many years. And it sounds so good and it always sounds so stable. If you wonder if you can do voice effects healthily, then of course, all sounds can be produced in a healthy way if you know how to do it. When a singer stands on stage for so many years, when he does it the right way, then he can preserve it for so long. And you have a great example over here. Yes. Breath doesn't end. You can just hold this big overdrive with this big vibrato on it for ages. He seems to not go tired out of this. And I would say also today. I think also today he has kind of the same power in it, which is really impressive. I don't know how old is he today, but I still want to know. 50, whatever. So yeah, that's really cool. Going to neutral there. Just in one moment. That was pretty good. Right here, right now. Yeah, we talked about good consonants for starting rattle or growl. Right. To start it on this R. Ra. It's always a bit easier. If you also want to learn how to sing with vocal effects healthily and to be able to control it and to preserve it for many years as well, you can always book a session with me or with the rest of our great authorized CVT vocal coaches. You can add us on WeChat and the link will be in the comments. Right it's like good wine, you know, it just got better with the years. I think his technique is still as good. I didn't hear a major difference at all, if any. I just see that now he's a better performer than he was back then. And you can see more experience. But technique-wise, I think it was really good back then. It was working. Obviously, he won with this song, this episode, right? So this style worked for him, those sounds worked for him, and they just stayed with it and kept on perfecting it and kept on preserving those sounds, including the sound effects, the vocal effects, to be able to do them for many years. And that's really cool to hear, actually. Cool stuff. And also remember that I'm coming to China in October, and we're gonna have 2 effects workshops, 25th, 26th of October in Shenzhen, and 1st and 2nd of November in Hangzhou. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.